Hi everyone, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to do a tag video. This is the Ride or Die makeup tag created by Jaclyn Hill. I think she uploaded her video this week and it blew up all over YouTube. No wonder, because everyone knows and loves Jaclyn Hill. And she created this tag, which I think is really interesting because it is a tag about your favorite products of all time, really. Your holy grails, the ones you always go back to. So these products are my holy grails for myself that work for me, for my skin tone, and for my taste. The first product is face primer, and although I am not someone who uses a primer on a daily basis, even though I advocate the use of it and I know how important it is, I often forget about it and I'll just put on some SPF. But when I am doing my makeup and I want it to last all day, or I'm going to an event or something, I will always use this one primer, and this is by Makeup Forever. It is the Step 1 primer and it is the smoothing primer. It does have that silicone-y feel that Professional has by Benefit. It is, I think, one of the most used primers in the world. So this one has that kind of silicone feeling and it helps filling out my pores, and this is one primer that I really feel like helps with the longevity of your foundation and of your makeup. Most primers I feel like are good for hydrating the skin or to evening out your skin texture, and not so much to make the foundation and the makeup last longer, but this one I feel like really does that, and that's why it is definitely the one that I go to if I want to use a primer. For foundation, I had a really tough time choosing because I love foundation. I keep trying different foundations from different brands and I keep changing the foundation that I wear. So it was really hard, and there are a couple of foundations that I like a lot. So for instance, if I was going to talk about one that I've been using lately and that I've been loving lately, it would not be the one that I am going to mention as my holy grail. Lately, I've actually been using the Light Wonder by Charlotte Tilbury. I think this is a fantastic foundation, but I've only been using it for a month, so I don't think it should be on this video because this is about the products that you go back to, that you have tried, that you've tested, that have stood the test of time. And for me, that foundation is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I have talked about it a lot on my channel and on my blog. I recommend it to people with combination to dry skin, not very dry, but you know, normal combination, normal to dry. I have combination skin and I still love this because this gives me a very luminous finish to the skin and it covers pretty well. It has medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit, and I just think it makes my skin look very healthy and very evened out, and I think it's a fabulous foundation. I love it, especially for going out, and I have used it for years. I don't even know how many years, but at least 3 or 4. So yeah, the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani is by far my holy grail foundation. So for concealer, I don't think this is going to come as a shock to anyone if you have been following me, if you have seen any of my videos, if you have read any of my blog posts. My favorite concealer is definitely the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I feel like this concealer has very good coverage. It still looks natural, and natural enough for the coverage that it has, and it doesn't crease, it doesn't settle in the fine lines. And I find that, for instance, my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, I think has even better coverage than this, but it can settle a bit on fine lines, so it doesn't work for everybody. And definitely as I get older, because it happens, I have gotten a little bit more fine lines, and I find that this works a lot better on this area than the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer that I still love. But yeah, this is definitely the one that I find works best. Okay, favorite face powder. I have to say I don't like powder. I use it professionally. I know that it is important to use it, but on myself, I don't really love it. I use it when I want my makeup to last longer. I use it to set my makeup. I use it if I have been particularly oily. But I can't tell you a powder that I love because I just don't like powder. So I don't know. But I do have an under eye setting powder that I absolutely adore, and it is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And this comes in a mini version of their large face powders, which I have never tried, but I'm very curious about because I heard great things about it, and because I love this one so much, maybe that one could become my holy grail face powder. Who knows? But for now, I really love this one for setting the under eye because it is such a finely milled powder. It is a loose powder, and it is white, but then on the skin it becomes completely translucent. You don't see it. It sets your concealer, but it doesn't make that under eye area look cakey, and I feel that that is a very easy to cake up area. If you use a powder that isn't very finely milled, it will definitely show more than in any other area of your face. So I find it is particularly important to have a really good powder there, and this is my favorite. I have used it also for years. Bronzer, blush, and highlight. For bronzer, I definitely have to mention my Chanel Soleil Tan. The Chanel, I have talked about it, I think, on my last favorite video, because I just repurchased this. I had another one, and then I ran out of it, and I had to go back and repurchase because I love this. This gives me a very natural bronzy glow. I use it with a dense face brush, and I'll use it for contouring or for bronzing up my face if I want to look a little bit less pale. I don't think you can go wrong with this. It's just a very natural bronzer, and I think it looks very, very good on the skin. So obviously this is a cream bronzer. If I was going to mention a powder bronzer, it would be the Dior one. They have the Nude 10 Air, I think. I'm not sure about the name. I don't have it right now because I ran out of it. But it is definitely my favorite bronzer, the one by Dior. It is so natural and easy to apply. I really like that. So blush was a really difficult one to pick. I think blush and lipstick were actually the most difficult areas for me to pick because I have so many blushes and I love them all, and I probably use a different one every day. It just depends on the look that I'm wearing. But if I'm going to think about one that has stuck with me from the very beginning, from the moment that I fell in love with makeup, I would have to think about Nars Orgasm, and it is this one right here. I don't have the full size because I have it in this little Narcissus cheek kit. This has the Laguna bronzer, the Nars Orgasm blush, which is a lovely name, and then I don't know which highlighter this one is, but I really love the Nars Orgasm. It is a coral shade that has a lot of golden shimmer running through it, so it does give your cheeks a very luminous finish. So yeah, I love the color, I love the finish, I love the texture. Nars blushes for me are still some of the best in the market, so yeah, I had to mention that one. And then for highlighter, the one that immediately came to mind is one that was a limited edition and that I have completely shattered, so that is very heartbreaking, and it is from Chanel. It is called the Poudre Signée de Chanel, and you'll see that, oh god, I have powder flying everywhere. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this is an amazing highlighter. It's very soft, the powder. It doesn't have particles of glitter. It is just a very nice fine shimmer, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because yeah, I'm using daylight, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it is more of a pearly highlighter rather than a golden champagne highlighter, and I prefer pearly highlighters. So because this one was a limited edition, I had to find, and it's completely flying everywhere, I had to find a dupe for it, and I did, and it is the Becca one in Moonstone, and the one that I've got is actually in a palette like this, and it is this one. It is too a very pearly highlighter. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to see it either. It is a little bit more yellow than the Chanel one, but it definitely gives the same effect. And because it is pearly, I think looks better on my skin because I am very, very fair. And I think it's actually a little bit more intense than if it were champagne. So I love, and I really like Becca highlighters in general. I think they are very smooth. They don't have glitter on them. They're just really a really fine shimmer, and they give a really beautiful sheen to your face, and I think that's what you want from highlighter, right? For mascara, again, not a surprise for anybody, it is of course the Maybelline Lash Sensational in the waterproof version. As you know, something that I really look for in a mascara is holding a curl, and this one does it like no other. And then what I usually do is, on top of this, I will use a very volumizing mascara. Right now I'm using the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir because it's what I have, but my favorite volumizing mascaras are actually the Lancome, I think it's Grandiose that it's called, the one that is curved. And then I really love the Chanel Le Volume de Chanel and the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Those are my 3 favorite volumizing mascaras, but I always wear them on top of this one. So this is definitely the holy grail, the one that I have to have. An eyeshadow. And here Jaclyn actually said she was going to pick an eyeshadow palette because she couldn't possibly pick one eyeshadow. And I agree, if you're going to do a makeup look, you don't wear just one eyeshadow. But I was able to pick just one eyeshadow because this eyeshadow is the one that started it all for me, that really sparked my interest for makeup, because it is such an interesting shade, and especially when I discovered it, it was especially interesting because there weren't many shades like that. So because it is such a special shade for me, and because I still think it is so pretty, I had to include it in this video. And I am talking about the MAC Blue Brown Pigment. It's actually not an eyeshadow, it's a pigment, but well, it's about the same. And this is so beautiful. I'm sure you have seen it before. It is one of those duochrome eyeshadows that have a little bit of blue, and then the undertone is brown, so you have a beautiful duochrome eyeshadow. And the reason why this sparked my interest for makeup is because back in the day, of course, I didn't have any skills, I just liked makeup, and this eyeshadow, every time I applied it, made it look like I knew how to do makeup, because you know, if you put this on your eye, it will look like you have 3 or 4 eyeshadows when really you only have one. And it is actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. I am wearing it with other shadows today, but at the time I would only use this one, and I thought it already made the look so put together. So yeah, if I had to only mention one eyeshadow that is my holy grail, it would have to be this, the Blue Brown Pigment by MAC. I still use it to this day. I still think it looks amazing, and yeah, I think it's beautiful, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it lately, so yeah, it's a good reminder. So Jaclyn decided not to talk about eyeliner, but I feel like I have to, because this is the best eyeliner I have ever tried, and I have talked about it before. It is the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. This is a pen that is dual-sided. You have larger tip on one side and then a smaller, very fine one on the other, so you can make the tip of your wing. And this, as I have said many times before, it's the blackest black. It is very waterproof, it will last all through the day, and it has been lasting me for a year, and I apply it almost every day. So yeah, it lasts a really long time, both in time and on your skin, and it's a beautiful product. Of course, it's very expensive being Tom Ford, but I actually think this is one of those that actually pays off. So lipstick. This is the one product that I will have to cheat a little bit because I can't pick just one. It was so hard to pick. I love lipstick, and I have so many lipsticks, and I am one of those girls that I won't gravitate toward the same shade every day. I will use a lot of different shades. So to pick just one lipstick, it was really difficult for me. But one lipstick that I feel like I wear probably more than most of the others is the Tom Ford Cognac Sable. This is a nude lipstick, which is why I think I use it so much, because it goes with everything. And it is a nude lipstick that is not too pale, and it's not too peachy, it's not too pink. It is a beige nude, a little bit of a caramelly type nude, and I really like those warm nudes on my skin tone. And I also feel like they don't make you look dead. I think there are some nude lipsticks that are so pale that are going to make you look a little bit lifeless, and this is definitely not the case. Also, because it is Tom Ford, it is a very luxurious formulation, which I really like, I have to say. I really like the formulation of this lipstick. I feel like it is hydrating, but it's not too creamy. It's very comfortable on the lips. The packaging, well, the packaging is beautiful, but as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, I hope you can, it is completely battered, and it gets completely battered really easily and quickly. I have put it on my purse a lot, and that's why it is like this, but I have another one here to show you that is relatively new. I just got it a couple months ago, and it already is starting to get pretty battered. I have used it a lot as well. This one is Spanish Pink. It is one of my favorites as well. But yeah, if I had to pick, I would go with Cognac Sable. It is definitely one of my most worn. But I can't pick just a nude because I feel like I am a red lipstick kind of girl. It's very hard for me to pick just one, but I think everyone needs to have a good red lipstick. And it was hard to me to pick between all my reds. I really love Ruby Woo by MAC. I love the Nars stick lipsticks. I love a lot of them, but one that I feel like I use a little bit more than the others is a Lady Danger by MAC. And this one is an orangey red. It's very, very beautiful, very bright, very awakening to your face. It's definitely a pick-me-up kind of color. It is a matte formulation. I really like the matte formulation by MAC. I think it's comfortable enough and it's really matte. So yeah, Lady Danger by MAC. Liquid lipstick. So for liquid lipstick, I chose two, but they are from the same brand, so it doesn't count as cheating. And they are both from Sephora. The first one is the cream lip stain, which I have talked about a million times. I love all the colors. I love the red one especially. I think it's number 1. And this one, which is number 13, and it is a more natural color. It's that kind of mauvey nude, mauvey brownish color that's been so trendy lately. And I think these are the best lip stains on the market because they are very thin in consistency, but they are completely opaque and they are very comfortable and they last a long, long time. So I definitely think the Sephora cream lip stains are the best lip stains in the market. And then also the wonderful cushion that is more of a recent release for Sephora and that I have also mentioned before. But the truth is, ever since it came out, I have not stopped wearing it. I love it. I especially love this one. This is number 3, Wonderful Red, and it is more of strawberry red. It's very, very bright, definitely very beautiful, and I really like this. It looks like velvet on your lips, also very long lasting, not as long lasting as the lip stain. It's not a stain, but it will last a long time on your lips and it is very beautiful. So yeah, liquid lipsticks, definitely go for Sephora. So the next category is lip gloss, and although I'm not really a lip gloss kind of girl, I have tried a lot of them, especially because I need to have some on my kit, and so I keep trying a lot of different brands, even though I don't wear a lip gloss very much on a day-to-day basis. But when I do want to wear a lip gloss, I always go for the same one, and it is the NYX Butter Gloss. The one that I really love is one in Creme Brulee. The one I have here is Eclair, but I don't know where Creme Brulee is. It's probably in one of my purses. Creme Brulee is a more nude kind of color. This is a little bit more pink, and I also have here the one in Maple Blondie, which is a little bit more peachy. And all of them are gorgeous, but what I really like about them is the texture, because they are very soft on the lips, they are not sticky at all, and they are pigmented, even though they are not, you know, of course they are not as pigmented as a liquid lipstick. For instance, they are still a gloss, they are still sheer on the lips, but they do give you a little bit of pigment and a little bit of color, and I really like that. So yeah, definitely the NYX Butter Glosses, they are really good, and also they're really cheap, so it can't get any better. And then lastly, Jaclyn decided to add perfume, and I love that she did that because I really love perfume and I have been on kind of a perfume kick lately. And actually, the one that I'm going to talk about is the same one that she talked about. It is the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, and I am not surprised that she talked about this perfume because it smells so good. It's a very, very fresh floral scent. You can definitely feel the roses and the peony, and I recently discovered that pretty much all my perfumes have peony, so I guess I really love the smell of peonies. Oh, and it's just so fresh. You would have to go smell it for yourself, obviously, because I am terrible at describing scents, but it is definitely amazing. So that is it. These are all the products that I have to talk to you about. This was a really fun tag to answer to. It was a really good initiative by Jaclyn Hill. I'm sure everyone on YouTube will be doing this tag, and I am very, very curious to see what everyone has to talk about. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.